Court selects ultimately 4 districts interviewers.
Mr. Mitra, we are waiting for your reply to the paragraphs 18 to 22.
22.
Your reply to this, because these have all been argued.
Of the judgment, yes, ma'am.
Of the judgment on
yes, my lord.
if you can apprise us on the issue of corruption which the court has referred. There had been, according to the judge, there had been a scam. There had been employment in lieu of money. Whatever may be the intricacies, we are not. We are wanting from you the reply that why this thing which has affected. It seems that the court proceeded that as there had been their education process. Why should I not hesitate? Why should I hesitate while passing an order of appointment cancellation of 30,000? Bread and butter is involved. These persons have already worked, as you said, from 2017. We are in 2025. They are wanting today that you take away their jobs. You cancel their appointment. Why? We have not yet heard them. Maybe they will be laying much stress upon this issue of corruption which has been said by the judge, and on the basis of which the judge has said that niceties need not be gone into. These persons are illegal entrants. I will throw them out. Mr. Mitra, please explain to us that what is.
I am humbly trying to show there is no basis.
No, that we understood. You have argued. If you can summarize your argument.
Yes.
Apart from what you have adopted from them, today you have enlightened us on the issue that please read the orders of 17 January and 6th of February, which has led to summoning of these interviews and everybody. You have pointed out the infirmity. Yes, application of 165 you have pointed out. Now, you can argue, Mr. Mitra, we cannot. We will not stop you.
No, please stop me without when I talk irrelevant matters. No, please stop me without.
Mr. Mitra, you are such a senior.
I hope this will not arise. But if I at all.
We want your argument on the issue of these paragraphs 18 to 22 that the court has proceeded.
Yes,
if you can apprise us on this, I think if anything left out, I can hear them and then we can call you in.
I'll decide to submit what is scam. Yes.
And whether the linkage
judgment.
The judge.
Yes. Court scam on which side?
Right.
Yes. Then all this can humbly submit below. But what's the use on the ground of scam? Who is guilty of scam? Board. Board is guilty of scam. And what justice you are rendering? Throwing back all of them back to the same old. You are referring back to the bastions to the same board which you feel corrupt. Is it interest of justice? Or you encouraging corruption by this order? You find an institution is corrupt, and the same institution being asked to go through the selection process. What's the use of calling it justice? Can you consider this method? I'm saying with great grievance, with great sorrow and attitude.
So why you are sending it back to a corrupt body?
Yes, if it's scam, this order will create another scam. Another series of petition files for challenging the appointment. Back to square one as we normally do.
So according to you, then it ought to have been sent to whom? If it is court arrives at a finding that this board is a corrupt institution, then the judge ought to have said that according to you that
some other institute will take the examination. Some other body will take the examinations, selection process, who are not found to be corrupt by the learned judge.
That is your submission.
Yes.
That it should be sent to.
And not having done so, what is wrong? Yes. What similar to what? Justice has been scored. A person, an institution found to be corrupt, scam and all that, same body is being asked to re-examine them. What's the point in doing justice here? If you don't have the power to remove that institution, then why take all this trouble?
But still the persons will be in problem.
If the court has no power
to
remove the institution.
Suppose it is not sent back to a board. It is sent back to an independent body. But still you will suffer your loss of appointment.
That is different. That is a different thing. Still, the new body may also be corrupt.
Yes.
Now, with total disgust and disappointment, say, that through evolution during the last 60 years, what is corrupt, what is not, as now a dividing line is being obliterated. Yes, yes. So, my lord, we have to do justice under present circumstances. When you don't have the power to change the examining body, and you have to go back to the same examining body, then how far eager the court should be to set aside the appointment given by them. This is a question I'm humbly pressing your lordship. This is the disappointment on my part. 20 years back, did you find this case of scam and all these things? But media trial and all. Anyway, my lord, I shall go by law. I'll raise a proposition humbly. If the court has no power to change the examining body, then why?
It doesn't have the power to.
Court has no power. Nobody has said court can change. In fact, I think they will show judgment that examining body board cannot be sub-replaced. Anyway, they will show the judgment most probably, if I argue that. That is different thing. Lord, I'm asking a lordship to look at it from a different angle from this matter, which has not been considered so far. What's the utility? Will the justice be served by annulling this employment and asking these people to go undergo a fresh selection process in the hands of the same person? This is then we shall deal with the question.
Done.
But, please don't.
We want to know. It appears that we see that there is corruption.
Yes.
Money is being taken, jobs are being sold, but we will keep silent. Why? Because we cannot send it back.
Because there is judgment to the effect that court cannot change the examining body.
In spite of corruption, scam, everybody will be a silent spectator then.
Against statute, it should not be silent spectator. That is the point, my lord.
Yes,
Therefore, my lord, in my humble court will be very cautious.
Yes, that is all.
Cautious. Annul a decision taken by a statutory body. Court will not act as a court of appeal. These are settled proposition of law. Do the court find the selection process is valid as framed by the rules? Nobody challenging that. While following the selection process, has the board done something so arbitrary, so capricious, as no reasonable person could do? Then you call it a board is at fault. That is the paragraph 16 to 19. When I deal with that question arises, my lord. That, my lord, I'm grateful for opening up, and that is the point. My lord hit the bullseye. Is the ground for interference made out by the judgment? In the judgment.
Pardon?
Is the ground for interference with the order of board has been made out by the judgment. Just taking the grounds taken one by one and trying to show each of the ground is not sustainable in fact or in law. I'm trying to, let the lordship, I'll put my case, lordship pressure would be to consider it, and if not apt, to reject it. That was my lord's pressure. But let me have the pressure of putting my client's grievance, and very justified grievance, that I was working in a job on a post for the last 5 years. Suddenly
we understand that they will tell it before. Yes. But this question, what is your answer to this?
I'll give the answer because much more thought on the next day.
You are a very senior counsel. You say that.
No,
we want to know that if suppose you are in the seat of an arbiter, you see that there is rampant corruption. Ministers,
yes,
persons engaged in administration, everybody is doing what is not expected of them. There had been interference of court on repeated occasions. So today, even after appreciating that, yes, this is a society where there are
correct.
Then court will not do anything.
Today, one principle is court does not pass any infructuous order. Settle law. Will this be an infructuous order? Number one. Number two, is there grounds made out in the judgment to say there's a rampant corruption, rampant violation of rules of selection process. That is the
CBI
point
is
I'm
in
making.
ceasing of such investigation.
Yes.
CBI is in ceasing of such investigation.
No, that is but judgment, I shall, as I come up to aptitude is a ground, I'll show that it could not be a ground. Other grounds,
We expect an answer
agree with
from
that.
you on this issue, Mr. Mitra, as you have made the submission that court cannot send it back upon finding that this board is responsible. Court cannot send it back to the same person for a fresh selection process. In the backdrop of the other issues which you have argued, that you are taking away my bread and butter after 5
Yes.
years. You are the state, you are the almighty. So then you said that don't touch a process even if you find it is a corrupt process.
No,
I said, we may be wrong.
Submitting, my lord, there is no, you cannot, London judge could not find that there is a corruption. I'm dealing with that ground one by one. Each and every ground will take. I said, judgment has not made out a sustainable ground for holding corruption.
No, Mr.
That is a
Mitra,
submission
you have taken us up to paragraph 10.
10.
The only issue we want to hear from you is the paragraph 21 says,
21, yes.
in such circumstances, 56,000
Yes,
cancelled.
in what circumstances?
Right. You may say so. But this is preceded by a statements in paragraphs 18 and 19.
18. Now, the question is, what is stated in paragraph 18 and 19?
Yes, you satisfy.
Are they sustainable? Have they been proved? Have they been, any case been made out by the judge in this order? What is said in 18, 19, that is the point. Huh? Now, I'm not deal with that. What court has said?
No, Mr. Dotto argued that what is corruption? He was arguing on the first date that how can the court say there is corruption?
No, court can say but in this case, corruption is not proved. That is what I shall show you. I analyze paragraph 18 and 19, which I've done up to 18. I've done it. I'll try to show.
We will hear you now. We will hear you on 18 and 19. Mr. Mitra, you have finished the others. Anything left, we will call you.
Yes.
18 and 19, you satisfy us on
that. May I only deal with paragraph 18 and 19? I have to deal with paragraph 18 and 19.
No, we cannot stop you, Mr. Mitra. You want us to take us to any other paragraph. We will only ask you that if you can shorten this and
yes,
this answer.
Yes.
If
you want to continue now, it is after 4:30.
We do not want to punish you.
Then, if your lordship think I may be allowed to speak for a few minutes more, then give me a next date.
We have allowed you for the entire afternoon, Mr. Mitra.
Yes, lordship, very kind of you, my lord. Well, I am obliged to the court who allows counsel to argue.
Tomorrow 2 p.m.
Tomorrow
2 p.m.
Tomorrow 2 p.m.
You please finish your argument on that, yes, so that we can take.
কেন চাইছে শেষ করতে আমাকে শেষ করতে চাইছে এদের কি আছে বলতে দেখো না যত ডেটটা দিক ভাই আমি বেরোই তারপর তোমরা বলো এখন এই নিয়ে আবার চলবে আর্গুমেন্ট
বলছো তাহলে
Very good. Very good. At the same 2 p.m.
And how long will you take, Mr. Mitra?
That,
within an hour you do it. Please do it within an hour.
And that I shall not take more than what I should take. I agree with you. And lordship tell me how long should I take? I will finish within that time. And leave it to me, ask me. I shall not take more than what is necessary.
No, what is your wish, Mr. Mitra? How much time you are?
Should not be beyond 1 hour. Within 1 hour. Should not be. But I have a team of juniors who are very, very knowledgeable.
No, they are forcing you. Make more submission. We have heard Mr. Mitra and senior.
May I take my desk and leave now?
Day after tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Day after tomorrow, 2 p.m. Okay. Oh, bless you.
learned senior.
ঠিক আছে, just keyword.
Compilation and the paragraph numbers.